Hi everyone, I'm Mahir, and this is my partner Kapil. We as Applied AI architects continue our journey into how artificial intelligence can help companies. And today, we will be talking about your brand's inclusion in LLM's output. Kapil, increasingly users are looking to LLMs for answers. How can we ensure that our companies are favorably included in the AI chatbots or LLM's output?
Maher, welcome to the world of AIO, GEO, or AIO from SEO. So let me explain. SEO is well understood, right? Search engine optimization. For the last 2 decades, brands know where the consumers are looking for products which they sell, and they want to be present there, right? And customers are increasingly using LLMs to find answers to the questions. So a lot of users are asking question to LLMs directly that, hey, I want to buy a bag or I want to buy shoes, which are and with these characteristics, recommend me some brands or whatever. It's important for companies to move to LLMs and be featured in in LEO language optimization or answer optimization or generative optimization, geo, whatever word you're using. So this requires the companies to understand two important things. One is that how do LLMs get trained and how is their output produced? First thing is we know LLMs use internet data to train themselves. Second is that the primary goal of a language model is to understand the language. So companies need to do two things to be featured in the results of A. They have to be present on websites which are credible and which are used by LLMs as the corpus for training. We have to identify those sites which are credible and which are used by LLM. And there are tools already in the market which help you that for your domain, for your industry, which are the very important high domain authority sites, which LLM is using to train their models, LLM companies are using to train. Second is that LLMs give high weightage to text, which is more conversation, because their whole goal is around language, is to understand the communication. So, I would request all brands to invest in content, which is more like a conversational content. That is very helpful for LLM to understand your brand positioning. In a way, they're out to discover relation between keywords. So you should provide information to them in that way. And one other piece is that use Markdown. So it's a specific format which LLMs understand very well. So whenever you are doing a content write-up, use Markdown. So they are able to digest the content which you have produced much easier. So these are the tips out there, Mahir, from my perspective. There's one other LLM.txt, right? Just like robot.txt was pioneered by Google so LLM by TXT is not an authoritative thing yet, but it's important to keep your eye on that. So, for example, your own website, just keep an eye on how industry standards are going to evolve around LLM.txt. For example, do you allow LLMs to take your corpus for training or not, etc. These things might evolve. There's no current regulation or industry standard, but I feel that might evolve very soon.
Interesting, because you not only defined it, you also gave a perspective where it will converge. So how can brands go about doing it? How they can start working on the LEO part?
Yeah, so first identify the sites where you want your content to be there. And I think you have to do that specific research for your domain, that what are those sites where you want content to be there. Second, make the appropriate content and publish it. And the third thing is measurement, because you know what is working and what is not working. So there are tools these days which run millions of queries on the LLMs every day, figure out if your brand is featuring there or not, and then tell you that, oh, for out of 1,000 prompts which you have told me, your brand is now appearing on 2 or 3 or 4 or something like that. And tools like GA, because they know if the traffic is from Claude or from ChatGPT or from Gemini, can start telling you that from LLM queries, what is the kind of traffic you are getting. So measure as well. So those are the three things what a brand needs.
What about other inputs, Kapil? What can you also mention more about it?
I think as with SEO, it's important to have control on quality, because ultimately LLMs, nearly every brand will try to do this, and if you have to stand out, make sure that you are not using another LLM to create the content itself, right? You should produce very high quality content at a high quality place, and I'm sure that will move the needle for the brand.
Thank you, Kapil. And one thing which we all need to remember is with search engine optimization, we would need a website or an app. But with the LLMs, we don't need a content platform. So we need to make sure the LLMs would know about our business and how we do.
So, see, the thing is that for your own website, LLMs might not frankly trust, because you will put only very positive things about your own brand. So it's important to be there on third-party sites, that be the place where people are discussing about your industry, because it's all about association of words. So it's important for you to be there where your industry matters, users are discussing. Be there. It's a good thing to do in any case, but it becomes more urgent in the world of LLMs, in the days of LLMs.
Great. Thank you, Kapil. I hope that this will be useful for all the brands out there trying to think of their LEO or LLM optimization efforts.